A violent beginning for Palestinians' march of return, as Israeli forces try to push back the protesters from the barrier surrounding Gaza. They gathered in their thousands to call for the decade-long blockade of the enclave to be ended, their lands confiscated by Israel to be returned, and also for their right of return to the land of Palestine.
Today is a turning point for our people in our history of national struggle and fight. On our way to freedom and return, today our people from the whole nation, from Gaza, from the West Bank, from the occupied lands in 1948, and from other countries are launching this new phase.
Organisers describe this as a peaceful, family-friendly protest that would last 6 weeks. And most of the Palestinians who've gathered so far have stayed away from possible confrontations with Israeli soldiers at the border fence. But the demonstration turned deadly before it had even started. Amr Samor was killed early on Friday morning by an Israeli shell. His relatives say he was a farmer and out cutting parsley to sell in the market.
He wasn't related to any organization, not even Fatah or Hamas. He was just a working man. He was 27 years old and had 2 daughters.
Land Day marks the deaths of 6 unarmed Arab demonstrators in 1976. This year, it was more deadly. There is always tension here, but the planned move of the US Embassy to Jerusalem in May has made it worse. In preparation, Israel nearly doubled its forces along the fence and deployed drones and snipers.
There are protests and aggressive riots. The Israeli Defense Forces resisted this by using methods that break up protests. When some of the individuals who were stirred by the protest leaders and the security heads tried to breach Israeli sovereignty and infiltrate into Israeli territory or to infringe on Israeli infrastructure, meaning the security wall, they were targeted by the IDF.
Life for Palestinians in Gaza is bleak. Most of its 2 million residents are trapped behind its heavily fortified fence. They live with regular power outages and shortages of food and fuel. And these deadly protests are likely to only further inflame tensions with Israel. Arabella Munro, TRT World.